Hey everyone, it's Francesco Arisi, and I'm doing another vlog, kind of like the My Life Story one, the one about Jeff Baker, and this time it's a mystery story, and I just think it's pretty interesting, so I'm gonna do another one like this. So this time the story is actually about me, but everyone else, based on real people from my old school, but kind of variations in their names are different, so I'll get started. Chapter 1. Me, Francesco Arisi. I'm no one special, and I love to read, and it looks like I'm gonna solve a mystery. Chapter 2. Colton Collin. There's this one kid who's kind of the opposite of me, and I hate him, but this morning, the strangest thing happened. This lady dropped $1, and Colton made a big show of picking it up and returning it to her. Then when I walked along, he said to me, "You see that? Most kids would have just picked it up and walked away, but not me." What was he getting at? Chapter 3. Meet me at Bob. I went into the library at lunch recess as usual and sat in a chair. A few minutes later, Colton, who hates to read, came in and walked through the other door. That's weird, I thought. What is he doing? When I first walked to my usual chair in the library, I saw, and some time has passed apparently, I saw a note by the chair. It looked like whoever wrote it tried to make the writing neat, but it was still a little sloppy. Here's what it said. Meet me at Bob on September 23rd, 2009 at lunch recess. I had an idea. I would go investigate to see if anyone was still there because I remember David told me that in 3rd grade, he and Carla called this one tree by the fence Bob. So the librarian held the book for me and I went to go investigate. And sure enough, Mike, this one kid in my class, and none other than Carla herself were at the tree apparently arguing. I'm telling you, he said he is going to bomb your house and he has bombs with him, Mike yelled. Yeah, whatever, Carla said, rolling her eyes. What was that about? I said. Colton's gonna bomb her house. What the heck? So I wrote her a note so we can talk about it here, Mike said. He doesn't have bombs, I said. Not even Carla's that gullible. He even showed me, Mike insisted. Let's go see then, I said. When we found Colton, he took us into the bathroom and pulled 4 circles out of his pocket, and they did look a little like bombs. These right here, fake bombs. But they do make black marks on whatever surface they hit, he explained. See? He threw one at the wall. I had Mike talk to her to scare her. I bought them off eBay. Who would buy that off eBay? Your little plan didn't work, I told him. I don't care, he said, but little did I know I'd have a real mystery on my hands by tomorrow. Chapter 4. Carla and the Bomb. When my sister woke me up the next morning, she had a real excited look on her face. What is it, Lauren? I asked. Carla's house has been bombed, she said. Oh, that was just a joke, I said, and if you woke me up just for that. It was on the news, she exclaimed. Do you believe me? Yeah, sure, I said. Cool. I'm Lauren. Okay, get out of here, I said. But I told you, I believe you. Fine, she spat. Be mean then. I got up and then got dressed, combed my hair, and put on deodorant. Then I went into the kitchen where my sister just glared at me. I ignored her. But unfortunately, she said, or more like whined, Mommy, he won't believe me. About what? Asked my mom. About the Carla thing. Oh, her house really was bombed, Mom said. So what happened? I asked. There was just a little hole in the wall, Mom said. So it was just a scare? I asked. Much as I disliked Carla, I didn't exactly want her or anyone to be murdered. Well, that's good. Right, Mom said. And there were no fingerprints, but there was a little piece of broken black leather, and the police say it came off a glove, and a pretty expensive one at that. And it just happened to be Carla's house the day after Colton showed me those bombs, I asked. No one had an answer. Chapter 5. The Interrogation. So, you had some real bombs, I said to Colton later that day. I'm telling you, it was not me, he exclaimed. What's your proof? I said. You had 3 other little bomb things. Yes, and they're right here, he said, taking the little bombs out of his pocket. I looked at him suspiciously. Whatever, I said. I had a plan. Chapter 6. The List. I decided to make a suspect list. So far, I had Colton Collin and Carla's family. I think they might have done it to themselves to get some attention. Later that day at lunch recess, instead of reading, I told Carla my suspicions. "No, stupid," she yelled. "We didn't bomb our own house. We're not dumb. Where's the proof that you didn't do it?" "We just didn't," she screeched and walked away. I don't know why, but I decided to believe her. Maybe I could take her off the suspect list for now. Chapter 7. Thinking it over. Okay, so whoever it was had to know where Carla lived. I also knew I couldn't make people suspects just because I disliked them. So I couldn't put Patrick Pamusian down just for the heck of it, although he did seem like he might have been able to do it. Spoiled and dumb, and disliked by almost everyone in the grade, he just seemed the type. So I added him to the list. I interrogated him later. "Okay, did you do the bomb?" "No," he said. "What's your proof?" "Stupid," he said. I just had a feeling it wasn't him. Although I wish it was. I would have loved to see him go to jail. It's starting to seem like I wouldn't get any proof, but I had to try. "Hey, have you been on the internet lately?" I asked Patrick. "Yeah," he said. "What did you do?" I asked him. "I blew it up," he said stupidly. I made a mental note that he said blew it up, even though he says stuff like that all the time. "Seriously, Patrick." "I went on YouTube." "What did you do?" "I looked at explosions," he said. He really was starting to seem a likely suspect. "So have you or your mom been on eBay lately?" "Why do you want to know?" he asked. I remained silent. A few moments later, he blurted, "Yes, we've been on eBay." "What did you buy?" I asked. He hesitated as if trying to think of a lie. "A video game," he said. "What's it called?" "I don't know, Barney," he yelled. He was definitely starting to seem a likely suspect. Chapter 9. The police interrogate me. My mom woke me up the next morning. "The police are here," she said. "They want to interrogate you." I went out to the living room where 2 police officers were waiting and had me sit on the couch. "Where were you on the night of the murder?" asked the officer. "In my bed, asleep," I said, terrified. "Were you on the internet that day?" asked the first officer. "No, but I know someone who was," I said, excited. "Patrick Panusian said he was on eBay, but he wouldn't tell me what he bought." The officers looked at each other. "Could it possibly be Barney and Friends for the Nintendo Wii?" asked the second officer. "Oh, well, yeah, that does seem likely," I said. "Do you mind if we search the house?" asked the first officer. "Sure, go ahead," said my mom. They searched the house. Okay, I'm gonna skip a chapter here. Chapter 11. The Dream. The shadow was moving closer. It was getting bigger and, if possible, blacker. Now I could make out details. A round head, or was it oval? And, I think, spiky hair. When the shadow was so big it touched the roof, it stopped. It raised its arm. And the story ends. I literally stopped writing it right there. Well, thanks for watching.